All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of All Elite Again, the TEW9 series. I'm Ehel the Amigo, and yeah, welcome to this rare evening edition of the TEW stream. We normally don't stream this late, but yeah, I've got nothing else to do right now. I've got nothing better to do, so I figured, I almost said just I'll stream next week, but then I thought, you know what? Oh, stream today. I'm gonna stream today. Rare evening stream. Yeah, let's get on with it. All right, first things first, we gotta open up the notepad. Notepad. Um, all right, not a ton of changes or updates to talk about here. But there's a few. First of all, you see here I wrote collision debut. November 16th. That is a Monday. I decided that we're gonna straight up have collision rather than in real life being on Saturday. Which, it's an inconvenient day for people who have social lives or are in relationships and want to go out on dates or to movies or to hang out and stuff. Instead, we're gonna have it on Monday. And yeah, we're gonna go head to head with WWE Raw. I think that'll be fun for us. It'll be fun to try to outdo them every week. You see here they got a 78. Let's see. Can we look at can we just click on the show? Yes. All right, let's see. You got a 78, 79, 79, 78. It seems that right there they're kind of chilling in the high 70s range, maybe possibly the low 80s. So yeah, we're gonna take them on as a challenge to ourselves. We're gonna go head to head with them. Let's take a look at their roster real quick. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna go by brand. So first, let's do Raw major stuff, and they've got quite a few actually. Got Asuka, Becky Lynch, Bobby Lashley, Bray Wyatt, Chad Gable, surprisingly, Charlotte, Dolph Ziggler, Hulk Hogan, who I don't think he's actually wrestling. He's a personality. Got Kevin Owens, bunch of other ones. Zelina Vega, another surprising one. So yeah, these are the top people on this brand. Let's take a look at SmackDown too. And yeah, if we're gonna look and compare it to Raw, right? See, they've got Big E here. He's pretty popular, but he's not like super popular. He's only in the high 70s. We've got Brock Lesnar, who's extremely popular, like everywhere. But he's only an occasional wrestler, so he's not always there. And yeah, if we look at his match history here, he's only wrestled for them 3 times this year, and none of them have even been on the TV show. So yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about Brock. Jericho's there, of course. Drew McIntyre. Cena, again. I was kind of surprised by this, but yeah, Cena is only an occasional wrestler. It seems a bit early, considering that it's 2020, but yeah, they've got him. Oh, well, he's filming actually until 2021. So yeah, he's just not really a concern at all, but also like Brock Lesnar, barely wrestled this year. Kurt Angle, he's only an occasional wrestler. We've got some more non-wrestlers here. We've got Randy Orton, who's really popular. But yeah, basically all I'm trying to say is that ultimately I compared the 2 shows, and I think that Raw seems to be like the better show. Seems to have more popular people overall. So yeah, we're gonna try to go up against them and beat them, starting in October, or no, not October, in November. But it's October 1st, so let's. Oh wait, I was gonna say let's advance. I'm jumping the gun. Let's also take a look here at the anniversary show. This is the card we've been hyping up for a couple weeks now. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 world title matches on it. We've got the grudge match between the Briscoe brothers and Beer Money. And you see down here I wrote Davina and Mia Yim. I want them to take on the team of Kelly Klein and Jamie Hayter. This is pretty much a match just to keep them busy. It'll probably be short, and we'll use it to set up a tag match, a women's tag title match the next week. I think we already have 4 title matches on this show. I think we can spare one. So that's why we're doing that. And you see here, I wrote a note to book Bandido to win a match on Dark. That is because I want him to face Dragon Lee on Dynamite after the anniversary show. So yeah, we've got plans, we've got things coming up, stuff in the works, all that. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get advancing. Let's roll right through onto Wednesday and let's get this anniversary show going. Crazy to think that it's been a year in game time and that this is episode 39 of this series. 39. I've done this 39 times. Fun to think about. And I mean, hey, I've been enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hijo de amigo. Hey. Alright, take a quick sip of water there. Oh, actually, while I'm advancing, I guess I can talk about this. I made some small changes to ROH. I don't want to... I don't want this to become another episode where I get all into weird roster management and start forming stables with Xavier. But yeah, I just went in and I tweaked a couple things. Kenny Omega along with CMLL. Okay, please don't get injured. Any news here? Who's getting engaged? Jonathan Gresham and Jordan Grace. Okay, congratulations to the happy couple. WWE contract offer to Casey Catanzaro. Let's see, does she have any popularity? No, alright, we don't care about her then. Somebody yelling outside. Garza Jr. ended engagements to his partner. I wonder what's going on out there. Can't see anything from my vantage point, so I guess I'll never know. That's unfortunate. Let's look at Ring of Honor. Let's look at Ring of Honor and just forget about what may or may not be happening outside my window. Where did we go? We went to products. All right, first things first. Face heel divide. This over here was set to isn't enforced. I went ahead and changed it to loosely enforced. Because yeah, every time I would look at their match cards, I noticed that a lot of matches, like let's say for instance there was a tag match on the card, it might be 3 baby faces and 1 heel in the match, or if it's a 6-man tag, you might get a heel teaming with 2 baby faces or something like that. And yeah, I didn't understand why that was happening, and I realized it's because the face heel divide wasn't enforced. So I put loosely enforced. Hopefully we'll see it loosely enforced. And another change. Somebody else yelling out there now. What's going on? Anyways, I'm getting distracted by the people outside. I changed the gender setting to men with medium women's division. It was set to small. I'm changing it to medium. And hopefully that means they'll start actually booking more of the women that we've got signed there, because see here they ran Death Before Dishonor and I got a 74. Good job, Super Delphin. Good job. Shout out to Super Delphin. And let's see. Let's take a look. We've got Lady Maravilla versus Mischief. Lady Maravilla, we just signed her, actually. So shout out to her getting on the card. Let's look elsewhere on the card. We've got Zeuxis and Devienne. Kelly Klein, Jamie Hayter, Sky Blue, Queen Amada. And that's a good amount of women, but really the main issue I've been having with their booking is that I really want them to start booking Suri and Lady Shani. Both of them are really good, and their main issue is that they're not that over. So yeah, it would be nice if the AI would start booking them. So yeah, hopefully by changing that setting, we've accomplished that. And yeah, hopefully Suri will gain some popularity and soon we can call her up to the main roster. That would be nice. All right, now rather than screaming outside, there's an ice cream truck again. There's always an ice cream truck outside when I decide to stream in the living room. It's like every time I stream, it's like they time it. They're subscribed to my channel, but they're not watching though, of course. The great Kojika dies. Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P. Akitoshi Saito of Noah fame retiring. So yeah, happy retirement to him. Bushi's contract coming up with New Japan. You know, we might be starting a junior heavyweight division soon. Oh, he's got a badly herniated spinal disc. All right, never mind what we were saying. Get better, Bushi. My God, what's going on over in New Japan? Although to be fair, we've got Claudio on the sidelines for a year with a broken neck. Oh, we can book Big Japan due to the passing of the great Kojika. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad, honestly. We're not gonna go for it. That would be a weird twist to the series. What if I start booking Big Japan? No, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, RIP. Let's keep advancing. Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. I had a pretty good one, I'd say. Got some errands done. And the weather's getting a bit nicer. It's officially spring now. Happy spring, everybody. I just dropped something on the floor. Is that a screw? Did that fall out of the chair I'm sitting in? Or I'm gonna have to investigate later. Just gonna put that down. Evolve versus NXT. Well, this is ironic, right? This is ironic. We are in the developmental system. All right, Danny Limelight going off to Wrestle 1. Good for him. Oh, and it's Monday. Is there Raw results? No, I guess we'll see them tomorrow, right? If this chair that I'm sitting in falls apart midstream and I don't even have a camera to document it, that would be that would just straight up be whack, honestly. I don't even think it would be that funny. It might be funny to me, but to everybody else, you would just hear me go like, but you wouldn't get to see it. Yeah, that'd be unfortunate. I hope that doesn't happen. Oh, Bobby Tyler hurt. Is she any what are her stats? Not good. Okay. Just figured I'd look at them because I know she was in a Tokyo Cyber Squad in real life, but yeah. Modmaker doesn't seem all that into her. All right, so I got a 78. Okay. Yeah, it seems like they're kind of just comfortably sitting at like 78, 79s. You know, we can definitely. Zenshi has now joined Dragon Gate. Did they like fully sign him? Oh, handshake fun. All right, well, good for him. Our last day to advance, and it's about to be Wednesday, and it's about to be time for us to book this anniversary Dynamite. Everybody get hype. Everybody get excited wherever you are. Yeah, you know, even though we're not going head to head with Raw, we should still try to we should still try to beat that 78 number with this Dynamite because we've got 4 title matches. Oh no! Oh, oh, Bandido's injured. Oh no! I mean, it said it should take about a week for him to injured, but he's still gonna continue to wrestle. Man, I'm not gonna book him in anything if he's got cracked ribs. We're gonna have to push back what I wanted to do with him and Dragon Lee by at least a week. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, Bandido, you work in too many companies, bro. Like, please, you work for us, Dragon Gate, AAA, PWG, and the Crash. That's too many, dude. I'm thinking pretty soon we're gonna have to sign him to an exclusive deal because I can't have him cracking his ribs at the Crash shows, you know, or getting hurt in Japan. It's like, you know, Bandido's really good. He's over. We're still, we're starting that cruiserweight division soon. I keep saying it, but yeah, that will happen eventually unless I spontaneously decide to end the series, which I'm not gonna. But yeah, we can't have him getting injured. Anyway, should we just sign him right now? I mean, we're not partners with AAA, right? We're not really partners with Dragon Gate. We've got nothing against them. But hey, you know, Bandido, what if we offer you 3 years, 17 grand a month, 17.8 as a signing bonus, 20 grand. You get 35% of merch. We give you a third. We're not covering your travel costs though. No bonus. Okay. Yeah, let's lock down Bandido because fuck AAA. he's he's a double champion there. He's got the Mega Championship and the tag titles, and he's the PWG World Champion and the Crash Cruiserweight Champion. He's gonna have to drop all these belts because yeah, we can't have you getting hurt. All right. Anyways, now that we offered a exclusive contract to Bandido, that means it's time for Dynamite. It is October 7th, so let's find out where we were last week. All right, seems like we were in the Midwest. Let's see. Let's go to the Southeast. We haven't been here since the middle of July. And we're gonna draw 12,000 fans. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go for this 11,500 seater in Mississippi. Okay. All right, I feel like you know, I feel like we need character ratings. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think we do. A big gamble. All right, we need good ones. All right, now you guys are all warmed up. You got your bad idea out the way. Give me some good ones. A near certainty. All right, there you go. Now, yeah, now give me another good one. Likely, it would have been a good one if I didn't start stuttering. God, you ever have difficulty speaking? Caitlyn has turned up. She's like family of AJ Mendez. Oh, she wants to work though. Ooh, she wanted to just hang out. Yee. All right, sorry, I had to take another sip of water, but those stats are absolutely abysmal. Oh, she had a 70 match with Bianca Belair though. Caitlyn got a 51. How? How? 52? What? We booked her to face Awesome Kong. She gotta fit. What? How? Look at these stats. Is she like over? I mean, who would she even wrestle? We've got Kong versus Hannah happening. And I mean, we're not gonna bring her in. I mean, I guess we could bring her in as a heel and have her lose to Davina or Mia Yim, but that. God, she doesn't have mic skills. She can kind of act though. We can have her. We can have her get beat up by AJ Mendez in a segment. Sure. All right, let's hope we remember to book this. All right, Maria Kanellis and Rina Yamashita hanging out. All right, fun. All right, Mark Briscoe and Ricky Steamboat getting along backstage, talking about the good old days of the NWA. All right. Oh, Kenny Omega willing to put over MJF. Oh, okay. Hold on, let's write this down. When is it last till? Until February 4th. All right, well, we've got this in our back pocket now. Thanks, Kenny Omega. That's cool. Shout out to Kenny Omega, willing to put people over. John Moxley, Fergal Devitt, and Pac, please take notes. Training. It would be cool if I had the Inspire option since it's an anniversary show, but I guess not. Let's just get into the show. All right, last week's show we booked a ton of angles, man. That's so many. Only 4 matches. Wow. We were cooking last time. Oh, what exactly did we book? Let's see. Right, Cancel Miyahara, FTR, and Best Friends. Right. Oh yeah, this crazy main event where we had FTR and Los Garzas go over the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. Right. Okay. Yeah. Also, yeah, we booked we booked this crazy ass episode of Dark where we had Kenny Omega versus Laredo Kid, and we had the women's tag champions wrestle Emi Sakura and Sari. Yeah, I feel like this has got to be the highest rated episode of Dark we've ever booked. I don't think we can check right now, but it's got to be. All right. With that being said, let's book this Dynamite. Oh, right. Notepad. All right. First things first. Let's get to these matches. Kenny Omega. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. Did I pre-book anything? No. Oh, I pre-booked Awesome Kong versus Hannah Kimura. All right, we'll drop that in. All right, I left this blank, and it'd be really cool to have Hannah Kimura win the championship, but at this point, I feel like the story is just really getting started. So I feel like Awesome Kong, yeah, just gonna go ahead and retain the title. We're not gonna have it be a clean win though. We're gonna have, let's see, open match. We're gonna do an outside interference finish. Hannah Kimura will be attacked, not by Stokely Hathaway or not by Allie. We're gonna have her be attacked by Penelope Ford, who I kind of revealed this ahead of time on the last episode, but yeah, I added Penelope Ford to Stokely's crew, which we're calling them Stokely's Angels now, by the way. So yeah, the group is now officially Stokely, Allie, Awesome Kong, Penelope Ford, and Dark Sheik. Who I kind of want Dark Sheik to also interfere, but it would be excessive to have two people attack her. But yeah, let's just say that's implied. And let's see, let's go ahead and put Allie at ringside. Stokely Hathaway is managing Kong, so they're already there. We'll put Martina. And yeah, we can say like maybe Martina was there and she was able to stop Stokely Hathaway and Allie from getting involved, but then they didn't expect another person to show up, and yeah, Penelope Ford comes out of nowhere behind the referee's back, attacks Hannah Kimura, leaving Hannah Kimura open and vulnerable for the big back fist. And yeah, unfortunately for Hannah Kimura, her hopes are dashed as she loses the world title match. It just feels right. Let's get a woman on this. Let's get Sarah Del Rey involved in the storyline. Let's get her on this. All right. All right, that's one title match down. All right, main event. Cody will be taking on AJ Styles for the world title. Let's give him some time. Let's give him. It's a TV match. Should we give him 18 or should we give him a full 20? We'll give him a full 20, and we'll see. We'll see if we have enough time. If we need to drop it down a bit, we will. All right, this is for the world championship. Ultramantis Black's on it. Okay. No offense, Ultramantis Black. Let's get Arn. Let's get Arn Anderson on this. All right, and I love AJ Styles. Everybody loves AJ Styles, right? He's the TNA guy for years, even though he was in WWE for longer than he was in TNA, which is weird. Um, but yeah, unfortunately in the mod, he's not that great right now. He kind of just gives you like about a 70 or a 71 most of the time, or at least for me, that's what he's been getting. And it makes sense at this point in 2020. I feel like he was already like 40 years old at least. But yeah, Cody is way better, and thus he will retain the championship. And plus, we've got more challengers lined up. We've got Kenny Omega, we've got Adam Page, we've got Sting potentially. We've got a bunch of other ones. All right, yeah, and how should we do this? Let's go ahead and do a tainted win. I was thinking of having like MJF get involved or something, but since we literally just booked a match where somebody gets involved in the finish, we're just gonna have Cody just get the job done on his own. But he's not gonna do it the clean way. He's gonna do it by any means necessary because he's bad now. All right, that'll be the main event. We're gonna need a storytelling steal the show and Wild Raw. I wonder what the storytelling will be. All right, tag championships. We've got a dream match happening on the Dynamite anniversary. We've got Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, taking on Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. FTR, legends in their own right, in a 15-minute steal the show match. Obviously, what else would it be? And the Young Bucks, they won the titles. They lost them to Jimmy Jacobs and Brody King. They just won them back. I feel like at this point it would just make the most sense for them to keep the titles. Even though FTR just got here, and it's always cool to have your new signees go on a big run, getting a bunch of wins. I just think the Young Bucks, they kind of need this. It would kind of make them look like shit if they lose the titles again in their first defense. So we're gonna have Nick Jackson get the win. Open match. Should we play this? FTR heel. You know what? We're gonna do a straight up clean win. Clean win. You know, FTR heels. Maybe they'll try to cheat, but ultimately, in the end, the Young Bucks are gonna win. We've also got SCU involved in the feud, but it wouldn't make any sense for them to get involved in the finish, really. Maybe here, maybe we do this actually. We do at ringside we'll put Christopher Daniels. And we're gonna have Dax Harwood he's gonna be distracted. He's gonna see him at ringside and he's gonna get into it to him. He's gonna get in a big argument with him at ringside, and that's gonna cost him the match. All right, I said the Young Bucks were gonna win clean. I lied. Lied. Right, we're setting up a 3-team round robin. Like way back in the day, Ring of Honor did a 3-person round robin with Bryan Danielson, Loki, and Christopher Daniels, which is kind of stupid. It's like you're booking 3 dudes to all wrestle each other instead of just booking a triple threat match in the first place. You book all 3 dudes to get 1 win and then do a triple threat match in the finals anyways. Very stupid, very gimmicky, but yeah, we're gonna do that with the Young Bucks, FTR, and SCU. So yeah, I hope you guys like stupid 3-person round robins, or 3 teams in this case. Are the tag titles on the line? No, they are. Ultraman's Black. You can do this one. All right, this match is this match is guaranteed to get a good score. I'm saying it now. This match, 85 minimum. 85 min. I might be overshooting, but you gotta aim high. All right, I'm forgetting what other title matches there is. Oh my god, how can I forget? The best, the juiciest one of them all. We've got Walter, who last week was challenged face to face by Bryan Danielson. He's going to be defending the Prime Championship for him. Walter, he's just been running through challengers left and right. I believe he's up to 7 defenses. He beat the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Before that, he beat guys like Wheeler Yuta and some other guys I can't remember right now. And yeah, finally, he may be getting his wish. He may be getting some real competition from Bryan Danielson. I'm doing a lot of distraction and interference finishes, I realized, but what I was planning to do for this match was have Swerve Strickland somehow get involved and cost Bryan Danielson the win. But I didn't plan on having Christopher Daniels be involved in the tag match. Oh, more people screaming outside, but this time it sounds like joyous screaming. It sounds like sports. Oh yeah, but I got concerned for a second there. I thought like something happened. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I didn't plan on having Christopher Daniels interfere in that match. So now I feel kind of silly, basically doing like the same fucking finish for all the matches. But we're just gonna do it. Just gonna do it anyways because that's what I planned on doing. All right, so we're gonna do Bryan Danielson. You know what? No, we're not even gonna do a distraction. We're just gonna do at ringside Swerve Strickland. How about we do it like that? And we're gonna have yeah, like I said, we're gonna have Walter retain. Obviously, it will be an open match. Let's do a tainted win. You know, Walter, even though he talks a big game about being the ring general and about how the ring is sacred, we've had him cheat many times. And yeah, I figure if Bryan Danielson is gonna be distracted, but you know what? No, actually, no. I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my mind. We're just gonna have Walter be the victor. Match open. Will Bryan Danielson even put him over? I didn't check. Let's see. I was thinking about asking him, but let's see if he'll just do it on his own. If he's cool with it. We're gonna have Don Callis on commentary, even though he was turned down by Bryan Danielson. He still, he still wants to watch this match up close and personal because he knows it's gonna be a good match. Yo, shout out to Bryan Danielson. Shout out to Bryan Danielson, willing to put over Walter. Bryan Danielson is a star. Let's see Walter's pop. Walter a bit behind him, but not as far behind as I thought, actually. Yeah, Walter, a true success story for us. Look at this. He was in the past year, he's gone up 30 points. Shout out to Walter. He's also a star. Yeah, so Bryan Danielson is willing to put him over. Thanks for that. I want them to go really long. I want them to go like, oh damn, we booked the main event to go really long. What if we all right, we're gonna have this go 30 minutes. We're gonna do a thing where, let's say the match is all right. We're gonna go 29 minutes. 29. We're gonna say that the match has a 30-minute time limit, and then right at the end of the match, when they're like, the 1 minute remaining, and there's the final sprint. And yeah, Walter manages to beat him like just before the time. And with that being said, we're gonna make this main event match. Oh, it's only 20 minutes. Okay, that makes. All right, so we're already at 87 minutes with only 4 matches, and we still have got more stuff to book. All right, the rematch. I'm personally excited for this one. We've got Jay and Mark, the Briscoe brothers, and they're going to be taking on the team of James Storm and Bobby Roode, Beer Money, the TNA Legends, and a rematch of their match from what was our last pay-per-view? All Out. Yeah, or a rematch of their clash at All Out, which ended in a time limit draw. And yeah, I figured, last time we had to go to a 5-minute draw. The Briscoes, they wanted 5 more minutes, and Beer Money basically were like, you guys signed the contract to face us, and nothing in the contract says that you guys can get 5 more minutes. So we're out. We're not doing it. Now, fast forward to now. The Briscoes have linked up with, I've decided I want to start calling her the the advocate, or like the talent advocate or something. We need to give her a cool official sounding title. But yeah, they've hooked up with Maria, and Maria is now representing them, and she's kind of helped negotiate a contract for this rematch. So yeah, we're gonna have that come back to bite Beer Money in the ass here. Let's see, what can we do? Can we do? Can we do like a restart finish? I know that sounds silly. I don't know if we can. All right, see here. The finish I have in mind. The finish I have in mind is that the Briscoe brothers are looking like they're about to win the match. Everything's going their way. They're about to win the match, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lance Archer or something, or Zack Sabre Jr. gets involved and attacks the Briscoe brothers, causing the DQ. And then you've got Minoru Suzuki, Lance Archer, and Zack Sabre Jr. kind of laying the beat down on them. Yeah, at which point Maria will come out and she'll say that according to the stipulations of the revised match contract, in the event if you read Article D, subsection 4B, in the event that the match ends in a interference, or in the match that in the event that the match ends in disqualification due to interference, the offending parties will be ejected from the arena and will be fined $25,000 each. So now all the Suzuki-gun guys are freaking out. They're like, what? What? They're like freaking out. There's a bunch of referees trying to usher them away. Suzuki is maybe like kicking the announce table, or like, he's threatening the audience. He's so pissed. And then, yeah, Maria goes, furthermore, the match will then be restarted. So then, yeah, Beer Money's at this point is freaking out. They're like, what? And then, yeah, the referee rings the bell. And yeah, the Briscoe brothers get the win from there on. I don't. What would be the closest to that stupid ass finish? Sports entertainment. A messy non-decision? No. Dusty count out, Dusty DQ? No. Double pin? No. I don't know that there's anything here that encapsulates my stupid finish. So we're just gonna do we're gonna have Jay Briscoe get the win. Open match. Should this be the storytelling match? I don't know, maybe. We're gonna do clean win, and we're just gonna call it botched interference. We're gonna have Lance Archer. Yeah, Bobby Roode accidentally hit by Lance Archer. Yeah, that's about the same as the whole restart angle with Maria, right? That's about the same. And here we'll just put Maria at ringside. The angle is implied. And we're also gonna put here. We're gonna do Lance Archer, Zack Sabre Jr., and Minoru Suzuki all at ringside. On one side you've got Olive Suzuki-gun, and on the other side you've got Maria Kanellis. Pencil skirt. Dressed very business-like, like she's she works in an office. Do we have a creative finish? I keep forgetting to use those. I remember in the CMLL save, I got a near certainty and I don't think I used it. And I realized after the fact, and I was like, no. And no, we don't have any creative finishes, actually. That's insane. We've got a likely to succeed that I'm not going to use from it. So that's set to go 15. We barely have time for the show. We haven't booked a single angle. Kind of insane. I don't even know if we have time for that Davina and Mia Yim match. We might have to do we might have to settle for an angle. All right, let's go ahead and book that since I'm talking about it. Give me Caitlin, who I didn't forget about, surprisingly. Caitlin, how good are your mic skills? Not good. Okay, we're gonna have Caitlin background. Davina Rhodes talking. We're just doing a backstage segment basically with Davina Rose and Mia Yim here. Let's get Renee Young in there too. Renee Paquette, excuse me. All right, yeah, and let's see here. We're gonna do 1 minute of this, of just some character development, basically. We'll put AJ and Nikki off screen. Character development, and we're gonna add a second part where Caitlyn and AJ are here, so I don't think Caitlyn would mind doing this for her good friend AJ Mendez. We're gonna have them be attacked. Oh, I should have got Maxi and Taylor for this, actually. Here, let's go grab them from Dev. The segment name can't be blank. Okay. All right, Caitlyn gets attacked for her troubles. You're allowed to hang out back. God damn it. All right, delete part 2 for now. Save details. Book segments. We're gonna borrow Maxi and Taylor. Okay. How are they coming along? I mean, yeah, one experience. Yeah, they're not really coming along at all. But that's not gonna stop me. No one will ever stop me from booking whatever stupid thing I want to book. We're gonna do surprise. Copy workers again. We're gonna go ahead and paste them. I mean, this is about as good as a random match. It would have been cool to get Kelly Klein and Jamie Hayter some ring time on Dynamite, but plans subject to change. All right, let's do Max D and Taylor. Attacker. Nikki Storm, attacker. Here, we're just gonna do AJ Mendez character development, but it's, the angle would be that they would attack them and then AJ Mendez would say something at the end. All right, we're gonna do Caitlyn. Victim. Yeah, Caitlyn is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. She shouldn't have shown up tonight. You thought you were gonna work a match? Psych. Do we have any? Likely. A near certainty for Claudio Castagnoli. Well, isn't that useful? A near certainty for Wagner. Oh, that is useful, actually. All right, sorry, Caitlyn, but yeah, we're setting up a title match. So be glad. Be glad you're involved. We're definitely gonna open the show with Walter and Bryan Danielson going 30 minutes, basically. Because I don't want to make that the co-main event and it just completely outshines Cody versus AJ Styles. So yeah, I think it makes sense to just have that be the first match and then the world titles in the main event when everybody's kind of cooled off from Walter versus Bryan Danielson. All right, we need to. We need more promos. I've got stuff I want to do with this feud, but now that Bandido is injured, we might have to wait a week. But see, the plan was to have Bandido win a match on Dark, and then he was gonna face Dragon Lee next week, and that would lead to an angle. Yeah. In the meantime, what can we do? This storyline is also kind of meandering, I'd say. Cody's not even in it anymore. We're just gonna remove. guess we'll put in Bryan Danielson for now. Or, I mean, yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, Bryan Danielson should be in this, and maybe Swerve. Although we've got the Don Callis. Oh wait, no, they're in here. All right, they're just two separate storylines. That's fine. I can live with that. All right. Um. Oh, all right. I remember one angle. Fuck. All right, 3 minutes backstage. Tease. All right, I believe, if I'm correct, we did an angle either last week or the week before that, where basically FTR cut a promo backstage, and then SCU kind of came up to them and they were like, "Hey, we beat the Death Riders in a War Games match at All Out. So, from where we're standing, we think we deserve a shot at the tag titles." And, we were kind of teasing future stuff. So we're basically going to run that same angle, except this time it's going to be right before the tag match. And it's going to be with the Young Bucks. So, yeah, we're going to have SCU. Which I think we should just go with Daniels and Zarian, honestly. Without even actually checking, I just feel like they're the better two members. Scorpio Sky can be there too, I guess. But yeah, so basically, as the Young Bucks are getting ready to head out for their tag title match, SCU would kind of say, like, "Hey guys, good luck out there tonight. We'll be, just so you guys know, we'll be waiting for whoever wins." And the Young Bucks will be like, "All right, well, we plan on winning, so I guess we'll see you after the match, huh?" Tease. Hey. Maybe this show will just be light on angles, honestly, because we booked so many long matches. All right, let's see what else. We should definitely get a Cody promo in here somewhere. Maybe right after the Walter Bryan Danielson match. Yeah, we're just gonna give Cody 6 full minutes in the ring. Storyline. What's he saying? I don't know. I feel like I've got plans for that storyline, but right now I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember them. I write so many notes. I've got separate notepads going, man. It's a mess. It's truly a mess. I've got different shows here. Anyways, all that being said, 6-minute Cody promo. All right, Cody rambles for 6 minutes in the ring like a Twitch streamer. All right, Cody, and we're gonna put AJ Styles. And we're gonna put Adam Page off screen too. Maybe Cody can throw some lines in there, like, I did what I had to do, what I felt was best for my own career and for AEW as a whole. And after everything I've given, after everything I've done, I've still got my close friends like Adam Page questioning me, looking me in the eyes and saying things like, "Why, Cody? Why did you do it?" Yeah, Cody's just Triple H. Have we done anything with Sting recently? Let's see. What did we do last? 2 weeks ago. Cody, yeah, that was the Cody and Adam Page promo, right? Yeah, what's been going on? I feel like we included Sting in the angle, and then I do this all the time. I'm like, yeah, Sting's gonna be involved in this angle, and then I kind of forget to involve him in the angle. And then every now and then I'll be like, oh yeah, and, Sting. Okay, when opening promo of Cody and AJ Styles. Oh, we had Cody attack. Oh yeah, we had Cody attack AJ Styles here, but then Sting kind of showed up and kind of warded him off, I guess. Let's do a backstage angle, not 6 minutes. We're gonna give 3 minutes backstage to AJ Styles and Sting. And you know what? Adam Page. Adam Page, because I'm sure he'll help the angle. All right, Melissa Santos. I've got a timer going off. Here, let me add some time to that timer and or to that alarm. So for me to do something, I can't do it right now. We're gonna add, let's say, 20 minutes, maybe. Maybe in 20 minutes I'll be on my break. We will see. All right, now I have to exit the stream and reopen the stream manager because the Twitch app is bad. Okay. All right, AJ Styles, Melissa Santos. We're just gonna do this all in one go, but I imagine it would be an angle where Melissa Santos is interviewing just AJ Styles, and he's gonna cut a babyface promo on how he's gonna beat Cody. And yeah, then the camera will kind of pan over and Sting is there, and he'll have some, some motivational words or something for AJ Styles. And then just before AJ Styles walks off, he'll run into Adam Page, and Adam Page will have something to say too. I don't know. It's kind of backwards. I feel like for my world title storyline, I'm kind of, But then, for random undercard things, I get super detailed, like Maria and the Briscoes. All right, anyways, let's get Sting, character, Adam Page, character. I'm gonna do Cody off. I don't know if we've done foreshadowing yet. Foreshadowing. All right, I think we have an Adam Page angle idea, but I don't. Is it good? And we actually don't. I'm just wrong. Okay. Never mind. I hope this angle as well. Normally the Cody promo would go in that just before the main event slot, but we're having him talk earlier in the show, so I think it's fine. We hope that does well. And I don't think we haven't made anything a Wild Brawl or a storytelling match yet. Ooh, Wild Brawl is gonna be tough. Can we do the Briscoes versus Beer Money? I think that would be, because I don't want to do Walter versus Bryan Danielson, because then we would have to make it 15 minutes, and we definitely don't want to do that. Oh, yeah, I think it's gonna be this match, even though James Storm is apparently banged up. Oh yeah, so it's gonna be this match. Okay, this is a Wild Brawl. Storytelling. God, I feel like I always default to doing the women's title match, and I feel a little bit bad about that. But oh god, it's really unfortunate. But I feel like I'm gonna have to do it again. So I don't know that I want the world title match to be a storytelling match. I want that to be as good as possible, and I want Walter versus Bryan Danielson to be as good as possible. Young Bucks versus FTR is a steal the show, and the Briscoes match is a wild brawl. So yeah, unfortunately, that only leaves this match. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a storytelling match, but I believe in the women. I believe in women. I respect women, and I'm sure this match will do just fine. I believe in them. I have faith. We're at 119 and 87%. So technically we're good to go right now. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And, we've got a few minutes left, but this Exalted One storyline, we might as well just end this storyline. Honestly, we're not gonna continue it. Yeah. But we haven't done anything with the Death Riders on this episode, but there's no time for another match. So maybe we can just give them a promo. Which it seems, oh well, yeah, we gave Mox a promo last week. And then yeah, Fergal Devitt. Was that also last week? Let's see, hold on. Okay, yeah, we had Fergal Devitt win, and then Mox got a promo. I'm doing this feud, and I'm really hoping that I can somehow get one of them to put over Kento Miyahara. I'm really hoping. But that being said, I don't know if that's gonna be possible. But yeah, we're running the feud anyways. So let's what matches have we done? Done Fergal Devitt, Eddie Kingston, Kento Miyahara beat Shingo. We can't see all the previous segments. It's unfortunate. Pretty sure before that we did let's see, let's go to Kento Miyahara. I'm pretty sure we did a match before, like a trios before that. Okay, yeah, we did John Moxley, Pac, and Fergal beat Kento Miyahara and Bird reference. We should do we can do an angle here with Eddie Kingston and Kento Miyahara facing off with the Death Riders. And then on Dark, we have two of the Death Riders kill Bird reference. Basically. Maybe Moxley if we really want to, go for a good rating. All right, we're going to do we're gonna do 3 minutes. We're gonna give Mox 3 minutes to cut a promo, and then we're gonna do a second part with Eddie Kingston and Kento Miyahara. I imagine John Moxley would be like, Kento Miyahara, I'll give credit. I'll give credit where credit's due. Kento Miyahara, you're pretty good, but your problem is that you want to be a good guy. You want to be a star. You want to be a role model. You wear these colorful outfits. You hang out with people like Dalton Castle and Eddie Kingston. You're going around with these bums. And the only thing that's gonna get you is buried by us, by real wrestlers. So whenever you want to take your career seriously, maybe you should consider even joining the Death Riders, and then maybe you'll be able to reach your full potential. And Eddie Kingston's gonna overhear this, and he's gonna be like, yeah, and he's gonna get in their faces, and they're gonna argue. This is character development. We're gonna have the last part be just 1 minute. Tease. Eddie Kingston character development, John Moxley character development. Kento Miyahara also gonna be there. I don't know. Maybe next week we can do like Kento Miyahara and Eddie Kingston versus Pac and Shingo. Maybe we can do Fergal and Shingo, and I hope we can get. It would really be awesome if Fergal Devitt would put over Kento Miyahara. I don't want Kento to just keep beating Shingo, but yeah, it might. We might have to settle for Pac maybe, and then give Pac like 100 grand. We're gonna book this. It has John Moxley, and I've got a lot of faith in John Moxley, so we're gonna put this after the Young Bucks. So we're gonna have 2 segments to cool down from this Steal the Show match before the main event. We've got 2 minutes left. We're gonna give it to the main event. All right, so this is the anniversary edition of Dynamite. And yeah, it's a stacked show. We've got 4 title matches. We've got Walter versus Bryan Danielson for the Prime Championship. We've got the Briscoes versus Beer Money 2. We've got Awesome Kong defending the Women's Championship against Hana Kimura. The Young Bucks defending the tag titles against FTR. And in the main event, we've got Cody taking on AJ Styles. Cody looking to defend the AEW World Championship. Why am I suddenly Excalibur? Should we book a dark match? Kenny Omega is not on this show. James Storm is being used too much. That's interesting. Really? James Storm is unimportant. Oh shit. Oh no. But likely, I've got a near certainty. Don't know if this is gonna get him to very warm, but we're gonna give it to him anyways. There might be somebody more important to give it to, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. Because character ideas are meant to be used the same way items in RPGs are meant to be used. It was a success. He has chilly momentum that didn't do anything. He's still gonna be used too much. Damn. 14. All right, slightly overused. We can live with slightly overused. We don't really need to book a dark match, but we can if we want to. So I think we will. Let's grab some guys from Dev. Let's have some fun. I keep talking about this cruiserweight division we're supposedly going to start. So why don't we give people, the good people of Mississippi, a little preview of the action that's to come in the future. We're going to grab Wheeler. We're going to grab Ultimo. Let's get Robbie Eagles. Kip Sabian. Let's grab the newly signed Chris Ridgway. And who else can be in this match? Let's see. I'm just kind of grabbing people. We're gonna do a 5-on-5. Let's see. We got Dragon Lee. Got Wheeler Yuta. We've got Ultimo Dragon. All right, let's see who else will be in the cruiserweight division when that's a thing that exists. We can go with Matt Sydal and Mike Bailey, who I can't even remember the last time I booked them, but we've got Leo Rush actually. All right, so we're gonna do Leo Rush. We're gonna do Darby. the wild card. All right, on the heel side, we've got Kip Sabian, we've got Robbie, we've got Robbie Eagles, we've got Chris Ridgway. And surely we've got two more. We've got Bandido, but we're low key. I'm thinking about turning him babyface. So maybe don't want him losing in a dark match here. We've got Black Taurus, who is unimportant. That's kind of sad actually. He's got pop, but yeah, he's unimportant because he's momentum. Let's see. I could grab two more guys from Dev, but we're already on this screen, so I kind of don't want to go back. Psycho Clown, too big, 240. I mean, you know what? We've got Jack Evans, and Angelico is 210. He's a little bit heavy, but you know what? That's fine. The division doesn't actually exist yet. All right, so we're giving them a little taste of what's to come in the future. Maybe all these guys won't be in the division. Who knows? But yeah, we're just gonna give them a cool match, open match. We're gonna have Dragon Lee get the win here. Also, shout out to the Fancy Bastards. Should we borrow Julia just for her to stand at ringside? I think that's a bit much, but we're gonna do it anyways. Because like I said earlier, I put a lot more thought into my my silly little undercard acts than I do into my main event angles. Yeah, we're gonna go Kip Sabian, and we're gonna make Julia his manager. Otherwise, she's just standing at ringside for no reason. All right, there we go. Now that we've booked a dark match, it's time for us to finally run the 1-year anniversary edition of Dynamite. Let's see how well the show does. Considering that the show has 4 title matches, we're shooting for at least an 85. I want this show to be a banger. I want the people in WWE's offices to be quaking in their little boots. I want Vince McMahon to shit his pants at how good this show is. We've got 1 more minute actually. We're gonna give it to the main event. This match keeps getting longer. All right, 125. I just wanted it to be a full 125. All right, I'm done. I'm talking too much. We're gonna start the show. Holy. The random dark match, the cruiserweight division preview, getting a 71. Wow, I'm impressed. Darby Allin getting a 74. Wow. Leo Rush getting a 63. Wheeler Yuta 55. Ultimo 56. Dragon Lee 71. All right. Chris Ridgway doing pretty good. 63. Oh, yeah. This match better than I thought, so yeah, we're happy with that. Okay, wow. 88 right out the gate for 29 minutes of Walter versus Bryan Danielson. Walter making defense number 8 of his Prime Championship. Wow. The match deserved better color commentary. That's a bit unfortunate. We put Don Callis on color, but I don't think Taz. I feel like Taz would have also probably got this note. It's just it's just kind of how the game is. The wrestling was too good for the commentary, but yeah, an incredible match. Walter getting a 94. Bryan Danielson getting an 81. Of course, the storyline gaining heat. Walter and Bryan Danielson have good chemistry. Hell yeah, man. All right, the match obviously getting the show off to a strong start. Ooh, and then we stay hot. We stay hot. It's the show is white hot as Cody cutting a scathing promo, getting an 87. Cody with the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands. The power of the world champion. All right, we come back down a little. We've got a 76 for a wild brawl between the Briscoe brothers and Beer Money. We had to shorten it a little because James Storm was being slightly overused. But yeah, still a good match. I don't remember what their first match got, but a 76 is a good score. Should we check? Let's go ahead and check actually. So now I'm curious. Beer Money. Oh, yeah. So their match at the pay per view got a 75. So this match. Go ahead and turn off that timer again. So this match getting 1 point higher. Yeah. Shout out to the Briscoes and Beer Money. All right, backstage segment. Caitlin's here. She's hanging out. She's talking with Davina Rose and Renee Paquette and Mia Yim's there. No, no. Caitlin gets attacked from behind by Max D and Baylor. And AJ Mendez. She's crazy. All right, segment 64. Awesome Kong versus Hannah Kimura gets a 76. Yeah, and unfortunately for Hannah Kimura, interference from Penelope Ford causing the loss here. Hannah Kimura taking a flying splash, brutal. But yeah, Awesome Kong making defense number 4 of the women's championship. Good match. The storyline gaining heat. So far this show has been killer. I have got to say, very pleased with this match. Backstage segment with the Young Bucks interacting with SCU gets a 62. You know what? We'll take it. Not the best Young Bucks segment ever, but also not the worst. So yeah, there's still not enough to bring the show down. Although the storyline did lose a little heat though, so maybe it was bad enough to bring the show down. All right, 84 for the first time ever meeting between the Young Bucks and FTR. Yeah, they stole the show, and yeah, ultimately in the end, the Young Bucks getting the win. Dax Harwood distracted by Christopher Daniels. The Young Bucks making defense number 1 of their titles. And yeah, unfortunately, Nick Jackson a little off his game, but that's okay because they still did really well. They got an 84. All right, I guessed an 85 for this show, but if we get the I feel like if we get the wide range of angles bonus, I feel like we're looking, this show could possibly get a 90 maybe. Honestly, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but if we get the bonus, this show's looking really good. Whoa, big number, 83 backstage segment between the Death Riders, Eddie Kingston and Kansho Miyahara. Yeah, good job here from everybody. John Moxley, bringing out the best in Eddie Kingston, who, isn't always the greatest promo or worker for that, for that sake, whatever. All right, backstage promo with AJ Styles, talking to Sting and Adam Page, gets a 67. And all right, it's finally time for our World Championship main event match. Let's see what we get. Oh, an 85. Cody and Brandy are opposite on different sides of the face heel divide. Why? 85 match. Cody makes his first defense of the world title. Yeah, exactly like I said, AJ Styles just kind of stuck around the 70. That's okay because Cody Rhodes, the great world champion that he is, brought him up to his level. and they together they were able to get an 85. So yeah, good main event. Was it penalized because of Brandy and Cody? Cody was penalized because his manager, unlike him, is a face. Yeah, that fucking sucks. I didn't realize that was the case. We're gonna have to change that immediately because that's really annoying. This match could have gotten 86 even. All right, let's see what the show did. A 91. A 98. All right, has anybody seen that clip of Bob Burnquist? It's like greatest half pipe performance ever or something. Bob Burnquist at the X Games. That's how I feel right now. Call me Bob Burnquist because we got a 91. A 91 for Dynamite. Hell yeah. Bob Burnquist in this hoe. Wide range of angles bonus. Hell yeah. Gain popularity in 56 regions. What is that? All of them? How many regions are there? All right, and yeah, time for the celebration to end and the work to continue, because it's time to put some dark. It's time for dark. Isaiah Cassidy hanging out with Adam Page. All right, yeah, I like that pairing. I hope Isaiah Cassidy can learn some promo skills from Adam Page, and that's not a knock on Isaiah Cassidy. That's more praise for Adam Page's promo skills. As I reach for a couple of grapes here. Oh. All right, last week's Dark, potentially the greatest Dark we've ever booked. At Kenny Omega had the world, the women's tag champs, and had Proud and Powerful. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see if we can top that this week. And yeah, I said I wanted to book the Death Riders in a match, so let's do it. Let's get a Fergal and Shingo. All right, and oh yeah, right, and they're gonna. I was about to say what unlucky team are they gonna wrestle, but we already know what unlucky team they're gonna wrestle. They're gonna wrestle Bird Reference. Dalton Castle is unimportant. That is, oh, he's got chilly momentum. Damn, that kind of, that's not, yeah. We really need character ideas. Like above, I really feel like above all else, we need character ideas because yeah, a lot of our jobbers are hurting right now. All right, so we're gonna do 14 minutes, and we're gonna have Fergal Devitt pick up the win over Cara Noir. We're gonna give them a little bit of time. 14 minutes. We're gonna let Bird Reference put up a real fight against these guys, but ultimately in the end, the Death Riders just, too strong, too powerful, too experienced, world class. We're gonna have John. Can John Moxley do commentary? I don't know if I've ever done that before. Let's get Pac at ringside. I mean, John Moxley can talk, right? He should be able to do commentary. Let's ask him. No, I do not want to do that. What an answer. What, at least he's honest, he's just like, look, I don't want to do commentary. And you know what? I can respect that. I can respect the guy that says, hey, you know what? That's not my job. That's what we've got that's what we've got Tony Schiavone for. All right, so yeah, we're gonna remember that for the future. John Moxley, no commentary, does not do commentary. Let's that I've got a feeling this is gonna be a good match, so we're gonna have this. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I made this a storyline. We're gonna have this advance the storyline. And that'll most likely be our main event. And yeah, I wanted to book Bandido, but he's hurt. And look at all these people not contracted to wrestle on B shows. I hate every single one of you. Right? Also we should book. Let's go ahead and get Moose and Brian Cage. Some action, I guess. Since we can't book Bandido. Or I mean, let's see. I think he's here, but I don't want to book him in a match if he's hurt. Doesn't say here. We're gonna have to back out. I mean, he's continuing to perform, but like I don't want him. I don't want him to farther like injure himself. So maybe we'll just do a yeah, we just won't do that for now. All right, so yeah, Moose, Brian Cage. Let's get some baby faces for them to squash. Have they faced Private Party? Did I do this exact match already? Let's see. No, I did not. I know I had Moose and Brian Cage beat somebody. I don't remember who, but yeah, we're gonna have them beat Private Party in a respectable 10 minutes. At ringside, we're gonna do good old Joe Doering, and of course Jim Ross is the manager. And you know what? Actually, so we switch things up. At the I know I just said I wanted to top last week's episode, but at the sake of the match rating, let's give Joe Doering some love and let him be in the match. Actually, there's no rule that says Brian Cage and Moose are the only two that can team up. Now, Kenny Omega, not a fan of Joe Doering. I disagree. I think Kenny Omega's wrong. I think Joe Doering's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. And yeah, I guess we'll be in this match. All right, so we've got two very different tag matches happening on this episode of Dark. And as is tradition, let us book our one women's match. We could just give Davina Rose and Mia Yim a win here. I don't know why it didn't have to be on Dynamite. Wow, I just mid-sentence stopped talking there. That only seems to happen to me like while I'm streaming. I feel like I'm so focused on like what I'm doing in the game and holding the microphone and like the fact that I'm streaming that sometimes I just kind of my brain just kind of hits a bump in the road for a second. Maybe I should be concerned. I am looking for. Oh right, I think. All right, this is weird. I think there's certain people that are that we've got in dev who are they're a part of ROH, but they're not like signed to us, which doesn't make sense because we own ROH. But yeah, I think that might be why we're not seeing Kelly Klein here. Why, yeah, if we look at Kevin Kelly is here just to fool me into thinking Kelly Klein was here. Yeah, and if you notice here, Will Ospreay is the world champion. He's not here. Colt Cabana isn't here. We're gonna have to figure that situation out eventually, if I remember. But yeah, the only reason I wanted to do Kelly Klein is because she's heel and she's got a bit of popularity. So let's see if there's somebody we can put in her place. Tennille Dashwood, another woman in dev who not we can't book. Not that we would want to though. We fired her. All right, there's nobody really as over as Kelly Klein is. There's Zooks here, but she's a face. Can we just bring her in and make her heal? Can we do that? No, it's just dark. He hasn't debuted yet? Yeah. All right, you're a heel now. Oh, she's amazing at being a face and she's better at a... All right, whatever. You're a heel. Shut up. All right, the all tag team match edition of AEW Dark. All right, Tamina Rose and Mia Yim will take on the duo, the dynamic duo of Jamie Hayter and Zooxus. Zooxus, part of the Cool Name Club, alongside Zoombeto. The first time I've ever said that in an All Elite Again episode. Shout out to the CMLL series, and shout out to my boy Zoombeto. Oh, yeah, we're gonna give him 8 minutes, and let's just give Davina Rose the win. And we'll have it be an open match, you know, even though it's 8 minutes, you know, go get some work in, you know, hit some moves, but not too many. We've got 17 more minutes to book. Okay. Is there any angles that we wanted to book on Dynamite that we didn't? I wanted to book Bandido, but we couldn't do that. I feel like we set up a oh right. Right, yeah, I just didn't want to forget that, so we wrote it down. Oh, Swerve Strickland. Yeah, he debuted, and then we haven't actually. He's only had one match so far. Let's give Swerve and Don a promo. I've got a lot of time to fill, so we're gonna give them 4 minutes. All right, Don Callis and Swerve Strickland are backstage with let's see if they can be with Denise Salcedo. And they're talking about what a tremendous match we saw on Dynamite with Bryan Danielson and Walter. And you know, as I was watching that match, the only thing I could think to myself was, by God, what if instead of one of these two, Swerve Strickland was in this match? It would be even better. Okay. All right. We've got time to fill. So again, we're gonna give Davina Rose an in-ring promo for 3 minutes. Really, if we were gonna have her wrestle a match, I would probably just give her like a 1-2 minute promo in the ring. But yeah, for the sake of the game, 3 minutes. Hype. Yeah, 3 minute hype promo, basically just saying that they're gonna win the tag titles. Just advancing the plot. That'll be right after their match. We've got 10 minutes to go. My goodness. All right, we might want to go ahead and just give this match a little bit more time. Down to 8 minutes. Okay, let's see. Man, the show was like the opposite of the ones we booked last week, where yeah, we booked this show, which was like way more angles than matches, way more. And then this time we booked just straight matches and just a couple of angles, just a few, a smattering. Do we give a promo to SCU? Do we give a promo to the Death Riders? The Death Riders don't really need another promo, but we can give both of them promos, I guess. We'll do 4 minutes backstage, or we'll do 3 minutes backstage. We'll let Fergal cut a promo. All right, and you know what? For the Death Riders, no interviewer because they're not. They're hanging out in the stairwell because that's where the serious athletes are. They don't get interviewed in their locker room. They hang out in stairwells and weird boiler rooms and the parking lot, maybe. All right, Eddie Kingston, Kento Miyahara off screen. All right, and I was saying I wanted to give somebody else a promo. Let's see, who was it? Oh, right, we can give the Young Bucks or SCU a promo maybe, or FTR, or Beer Money. We can give Stokely a promo. That's always good. The attendance of this show is unknown. Why is that? We can give Walter a promo. Oh, you know what? We didn't do literally anything with the Latin Mafia. Let's give them a promo. You know what? Let's have Selena De La Renta. We haven't had her speak in a while, so we're gonna do a 1 minute segment where she talks. All right, this is about to be a lot of dudes, but let's get Andrade, Santana, Ortiz, Ortiznal, Garza, and Humberto. And you know what? I feel like they would have an interviewer. Unlike the Death Riders, the Latin Mafia, they've got a little bit of class. They like to dress nice, and they respect the rules of the microphone. You don't just go cutting your own promos. You don't go kidnapping camera people and dragging them into the stairwell. You find an interviewer and you have them talk. Right, and they're talking. We're just gonna have them talking about Dragon Lee, Penta, and Ray Phoenix just to advance the storyline. I don't know why I decided we needed to let Selena De Laurentiis talk for a minute, but yeah, we're gonna have Selena talk for a minute first, and then we're just gonna have Andrade cut a promo. Should we do foreshadowing? And you know what? Let's also get Eddie Kingston in this because for whatever reason, I decided that Eddie Kingston needs to be involved in this storyline and in the other storyline. I don't know how we're gonna make it work out yet, but we'll figure it out. Because I've had Latin Mafia and Santana and Ortiz kind of having run-ins with Eddie Kingston. But then Eddie Kingston's also cutting promos on the Death Riders. So yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. All right, Latin Mafia. Shout out to my favorite team. Should just go. Have this be before the Death Riders promo. Yeah, just two heel stables back to back cutting promos. We need 1 more minute, at least. I will give this a little bit more time. All right, and that's gonna do it. This surely is an episode of Dark. We've got the Jim Ross Corp, Private Party, Davina Rose, Bia Yim, Jamie Hayter, and Zeuxis from Dev. We've got promos from Latin Mafia, Death Riders. I was about to say all heel promos, but Davina Rose is cutting a promo. But yeah, aside from that, this show just a lot of very heel heavy, I'd say. And yeah, in the main event, we've got the Death Riders, Fergal and Shingo taking on Bird Reference, Dalton Castle, and Cara Noir. All right, yeah, that was a mouthful. Let's get this on the road. What are we trying to beat? All right, we're shooting for an 83 at least. Can we top the best episode of Dark of all time? Maybe. All right, starting things off, the Jim Ross Corp versus Private Party. Moose and Joe Doran getting the win here. Match gets a 62. All right. Not the hottest. Yeah, not the hottest opening of all time, but pretty good. Maybe the match would have been better if we used Brian Cage instead of Joe Doring, but you know, it's Dark. All right, backstage with Don Callis and Swerve Strickland gets a 57. Both of them just kind of talking about the match we saw on Dynamite between Bryan Danielson and Walter. You know, maybe they've got their eyes on the Prime Championship. All right, Davina Rose and Mia Yim picking up a win and getting a little bit of momentum here, heading into their title match on Dynamite. And yeah, they beat the two developmental wrestlers, Jamie Hayter and Zeuxis. And it gets a 69. So close to a 70. So close. Yeah, good job from the Dev girls, 59 to 51. All right, a good promo after the match. Davina Rose getting 75. It's been a while since we've called Davina Rose the ace. She's kind of she's kind of been chilling in the back now, but yeah, there's a reason we used to say that, and it's because she would give us 75 promos. So welcome back. All right, this angle with Latin Mafia, not as good as I hoped. Maybe we shouldn't have let Selena the round to talk. That's on us. Also, I meant to take her to not have her speak in the second part, but I forgot to change her from character development to background. So yeah, just user error here. Angle gets a 61. All right, a much better angle here from the Death Riders, getting a 72. Fergal Devitt not quite as good as John Moxley at cutting promos, but he's okay. You know, 72 is not bad. He's pretty good. He's better than AJ Styles at least. All right, 78 for the main event. when Fergal Devitt pins Cara Noir in a 78 match. All right, pretty fun main event, I'd say here. Ooh, 78. Sorry, we didn't quite beat the dark from last week, but a 78 is still a respectable dark. A 78 is as good as the last episode of WWE Raw that we saw. So yeah, pretty good rating. And we made 1.9 million dollars. Wow, yeah, we gained popularity everywhere but Tasmania. Tasmania, get with the program. Get with the program. Everybody's watching AEW now. Oh yeah, so we had a pair of back-to-back really good shows there. We booked possibly the best episode of Dynamite that we've ever booked. Yeah, we got a 91. I feel like not it wasn't too long ago where I was saying that we booked the best episode of Dynamite we ever booked, but I feel like this has got to be better than that because I don't ever remember us having an episode of Dynamite get above a 90. Let's try and confirm. Pre-booking? No, that's not events. Oh, we had an episode get a 92 once. Okay. All right, yeah. So not really unfortunately, just we weren't quite we didn't quite live up to the best episode we've ever booked. We were right there. A 91 is still a really good score. Nothing to sneeze at. Let's see what that went down last night in Ring of Honor. Ooh, 76. And let's see, Jonathan Gresham and Gringo Loco beat Chris Sabin and Will Ospreay in the main event. Kelly Klein beat Lady Maravilla. Okay. They're still not booking Suri or Lady Shani. I am glad that Lady Flamer and Lady Maravilla are getting booked. But yeah, please start booking Suri. For the love of God, Super Delphin, I will go to Ring of Honor. I will find you. Oh, AAA making a rival bid for Bandido. Forgot we were trying to sign Bandido to an exclusive contract. Let's take a look. $129,000 per month. Oh my god. 90. What? What? What is this fucking deal? What is this deal? 129. 129. Oh my. Hold on. I mean, look, we've got some people like up there, like 129,000 per month. That's what we're paying Fergal Devitt. But Fergal Devitt is a star. And, we've got like John Moxley and Bryan Danielson and Sting and CM Punk getting paid up there. Yeah. Damn. So that's such a jump from 17,000 to holy shit. What the hell, AAA? Like, way to play it cool. Just Jesus. How much money do they even have? Oh, they've got 5 million. Is there a way for me to see how much guys are making on their roster? Probably not, right? Oh, we can look? Wow. So they're paying him 6,000 or almost 7,000 per show now. I mean, everyone here is on like a handshake deal. He would just be like by far the top paid guy in the company. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. He is the mega champion, so he has their top belt right now. Oh, God, there's part of me that wants to say like, fuck it, we've got a lot of luchadors. We can stand to lose one guy. But then there's another part of me, where I have the CMLL save going, so I'm kind of in like fuck AAA mode, honestly. So maybe we should just pay him a bunch of money. Jesus, they're paying him so much. My God. Like, if we're paying him that much, he's got to be the first cruiserweight champion. He's got to be. If we're going to pay him fucking John Moxley money, man, this is really stressing me out right now. Like, I'm sitting here with my hand on my forehead, like, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay the rent? Oh my God, it's so much money. And I mean, he's okay, well, yeah, in Mexico, that actually makes a lot more sense. He's 84s and 85s in Mexico. He's just not that over in the States. God, it's so much money. What if we start at like 50 grand? We're still offering you 3 years. Oh, and I think they're offering him 45% of merch, So we'll match that. We'll give him his 10% bonus. Let's see. Better offer. I figured you'd say that. Okay. Oh my God, dude. I love Bandido. We're not gonna lose him to AAA. Oh, not 100,000. I mean, yeah, $100,000. Oh my God, that is a lot of money. Oh, he'll accept it. This is the most money we have ever offered somebody who is only recognizable, and we can't go back. We can't go back. We made the offer. We should have incrementally increased from like 50 to maybe like 55, 60, 65, but we didn't do that. We went straight to 100,000. So I guess Bandido is here for the next 3 years and he's going to make a bunch of money. Wow. Okay. We just got fleeced by fucking Bandido and AAA. Davina Rose telling me that, hey, Mia Yim can also cut promos, it doesn't have to always be me. Right? Oh, Maria Kanellis also in real life playing the gimmick of the advocate, the talent advocate, advocating for Mia Yim. Thank you, Maria Kanellis. I'll take it into consideration. All right, so we've been going for about 2 hours now. Normally I like to get 2 full weeks in, but we started this stream a lot later than we normally do. Like normally the latest I'll start the stream is like 4 o'clock. We started the stream at like 7. um, so yeah, it's getting pretty late. I think we're just gonna call it here. Which is unfortunate because yeah, we were kind of on a roll. Booked a 91 Dynamite and a good dark. But yeah, so this is gonna have to be a shorter episode. Let's see. In store for next time, we've got a women's tag title match coming up. Swerve Strickland is going to wrestle someone. The Death Riders are going to wrestle Eddie Kingston and Kenta Miyahara. We may or may not have Dragon Lee versus Bandido. Dragon Lee versus Bandido pending. And yeah, Jamie Noble is gonna debut next week. Jamie Noble is gonna debut next week, so you don't want to miss it. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and you can like the video, subscribe to the channel. All support is welcome. You can find me on Twitch at Hijo de Amigo and subscribe there. Yeah, this has been a fun episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I always feel like I'm forgetting something when I'm ending these episodes. But we're just gonna end the episode anyways. So if I forgot anything, I guess it's just gonna have to stay forgotten. But don't forget about me, and I won't forget about you. All right, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Oh, Gringo Loco dating Lady Shawnee. Hold the phone. Gringo Loco dating Lady Shawnee. Wow. Shout out to my boy Gringo Loco. All right, we're gonna end the episode on that note. All right, thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.